Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is.
Hi, it's Double975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Legacy version on Xbox. Now, long ago, I used to be a passive-aggressive trader. I flew this thing and an all-Lacon fleet all the time for about 3 years. I had all Lacon ships. The only combat ship I had was a Diamondback Scout, and I flew always, and absolutely always, flew my Lacon trading ships, my Lacon ships, in open all the time. I joined XO, I did a lot of their BGS, but I was basically famous as being that Type 7 space trucker. Now, as I was a passive-aggressive trader, I spent a lot of my time evading interdictions, escaping from would-be griefers and sending cheeky messages back to them about how they failed to kill a Type 7, was that the best they could do, etc, etc, etc. I was known for my passive-aggressive messages and my attitude like this towards griefers.
16 gamblers to carry my coffin.
I mean, I didn't really care for the ego waggling brigade of people coming after me, trying to grief me. There were groups at the time, and it was Vale and Killer Elite, who were constantly bragging about how amazing they were. There were a lot of PvPers that were like, oh my god, I'm so amazing because I kill newbies. Yet when you try to actually fight them or have a proper fight with them, they would run away and hide. I was part of the Vale War. I had some dealings with Killer Elite, but they were just a really easy group to escape from. Now, last year, Scooby of the Dark Marauders challenged a former member of Killer Elite to a 1v1. They had a disagreement. He challenged him to a 1v1, and the member of Killer Elite turned around and said to Scooby that he's never refused the 1v1 and he's never lost the 1v1. I mean, this was such a shockingly hilarious statement to say, because A, the guy's not Walking Dead and he's not that good. B, no one's won every single fight they've ever had. It just doesn't happen. So you're clearly talking bollocks. And then he reneged on his fight with Scooby. Scooby spent ages contacting him and asking him politely for a arrange to fight, and he kept ducking Scooby and disappearing. And it was quite funny because one night he was in a big party chat with some of the old Vale guys who are now Remnant, and they were chatting away, and Panda happened to be in there, and he was bigging himself up how he was this amazing PvPer, god tier PvPer, which he was a good ganker. Like, if the ship wasn't built very well, he could kill it pretty efficiently. But Panda piped up and was like, well, if you're that good at PvP, why are you ducking Scooby of the Dark Marauders? I mean, Scooby is primarily an explorer. He's not even known as being much of a PvPer. He has fought a lot of the best Corvette pilots in the game, and he's lost to a lot of the best Corvette pilots in the game. He's held his own in many fights. I've never beaten him. He's better than me in a big ship, but Scooby's not known as any great shakes. But so why did Widowmaker duck him? It just seems insane. A lot of these guys have a reputation, but it's basically upheld on their ganking ability, which is very different from fighting ability. So Scooby got a real big smile on his face when this happened. A year after this guy started ducking him, he happened to run into him in an asp, and Scooby was in his pirate cutter, and yeah, this is a foregone conclusion from the start. I don't know why Widow just didn't submit in High Wake, but instead he tried to fight the interdiction. He lost, got trapped for 40 seconds and got annihilated. You'd think someone who was a proficient griefer would know how to evade griefing, but clearly he doesn't.
Surprise, motherfucker!
I mean, it is an embarrassment, really, that this legend at his own lunchtime ganker of old has avoided Scooby for over a year. I mean, doesn't look good, does it? But, you know, if it was a gank, it'd be there in a second, but because it's a fair fight, you don't want to know. But at least Scooby had his bit of fun in a completely unfair gank on the ganker. So, yeah, Scooby enjoyed that, and I bet he was really smug and satisfied when he sent the GG. I am sure I can find the right face for this.